This is about the Criterion B Summative Design and Plan an Investigation on the Digestive System. This summative is due February 17 at 5 p.m. To begin with, let's talk about the IB-MYP Science Criterion B, which has to do with inquiring and designing. In order to reach the aims of sciences, students need to outline an appropriate problem or research question to be tested by a scientific investigation, outline a testable prediction using scientific reasoning, outline how to manipulate the variables, and outline how data will be collected, and design scientific investigations. What does this mean for Mrs. Howell's class? That means that you will identify variables and ask an inquiry question using the variables. You will use the variables in your hypothesis. You will use the variables in your procedures, and then you will show procedures. Let's talk about variables. There are three variables. There's the independent variable, the dependent variable, and the control variable. The independent variable, also known as the IV, is what is changed. This is what you are manipulating. This is what you can change. You have control over this one. The dependent variable, also known as DV, is what you are measuring, meaning you are looking at the results and you are seeing what's happening. And then you've got the controlled variable, the CV, is what stays the same. All right, so just to be sure that you know this, your independent variable, the thing that you're changing should only be one. You can only change one thing at a time in your investigations. Everything else stays the same. All right, so the task is, using the Gizmo digestive systems, you are to design a digestive system that absorbs the most water and calories. So in this box, you are going to type in an inquiry question. So make sure that your inquiry question would have your independent variable, your dependent variable, and your control variable. Let's talk about using the Gizmo. Oh, let's talk about so on this slide, you are going to now, after looking at the Gizmo, you will figure out what would you have changed, what did you change, what are you measuring, and what stays the same. And we'll come back to this. Let's go to the Gizmo first. So you need the Gizmo digestive systems. You will need to log into explorelearning.com, use your username and password. If not, you'll only have 5 minutes. Explore large and small organs, read the descriptions of each organ, create 3 designs of a digestive system using large and/or small organs. That means you don't have to use all of them. Take screenshots of your 3 designs to paste in your Google Slide summative. We'll come back on doing the Gizmo in a minute. So on this slide, this is where you're going to after you've taken the screenshots of each design, you're going to paste it on this slide right here. Okay, and then the last one is your hypothesis. Out of the 3 designs from slide 7, which one will have the best results? Without looking at the results, explain why. And this is where you need to use the descriptions in the Gizmo as part of your scientific reasoning. All right, so let's go back. Let's go to explorelearning.com. Make sure that you log in and enroll with your username and password. Oops. Okay, so here's my password. Okay, and then you're opening digestive system, and the digestive system looks like this. Okay, so you're launching it. And you should see this window right here. Okay, and you're able to see the directions, and then you can see the large organs, And for the large organs, make sure that you read the description in the box on top. Here's the pharynx, the esophagus, the large intestines, the rectum or anus, the small intestine duodenum, the small intestine, jejunum or ileum, and the stomach. These are the large organs. Make sure that you read the descriptions. And then here's the small organs. There's the chief cells, there's the parietal cells, there's the gallbladder, there's the pancreas, there's the salivary gland, there's the capillaries, and the lymphatic vessels. Okay, and then you have food right here. So you got a cheeseburger, an apple, tofu, salad, baked potato, and the pecan pie. You wouldn't need the analysis tab. We don't need that for this criterion summative. All you need are the large organs, the small organs, and the food. So for example, if I'm going to create my first design, I will need to start with the mouth, and then from there I can figure out what else I can put in there. All right, so that if that's my first design, I'm going to click on Tools, click on Screenshot, and that's the screenshot. I will have to copy the screenshot, so I can either go Control-C on my keyboard, or if that doesn't work, I go right-click on my mouse, or if that doesn't work and I have a trackpad, I do 2 fingers on the trackpad and this pop-up will show up, and I go Copy Image. I go back to the slides, and I go back to this slide 7. I click on my cursor in the slide so that my cursor shows up, and then I go Control-V. And then from there, I can make this smaller, oops, so that it fits on my box. That is my first design. And I will need to do 2 more designs to be able to complete this slide right here for my summative. All right, you don't have to test your designs yet, not for this Criterion B Summative. All you need to do is create 3 different designs, take screenshots of them, and then put it back into the slides. To clear your screen for your next design, just click Clear Screen, and then you can start all over again. All right, so let's go back to the variables. So what variables did we change? What did we measure? And what stays the same? So for this task, your independent variable, what you're changing is the design of the digestive system. It will be better if you actually became more detailed on what you are taking out of your design or what you're adding. But if you just say design of the digestive system, then I'm fine with that. Okay. Dependent variable, what you are measuring will be the results, meaning the amount of calories and water absorbed. All right, that's the dependent variable. You won't see it on this criterion summative. You will see this on the next summative, which is for criterion C. But for now, all I want is for you to understand that what you're measuring is the amount of calories and water absorbed. And then what you are controlling, what stays the same, is the food. This is the food that the digestive system consumes. So you will tell me if you're testing out an apple or tofu or baked potato or pecan pie. Just make sure it stays the same. It's the same food for all 3 of your designs. All right, so that's how you will do the variables. And then when you do your inquiry question, you are going to ask basically what kind of digestive system will absorb the most amount of water and calories. That's it. That's the question. That's the inquiry question. What kind of design of the digestive system will absorb the most amount of water and calories? Okay, I gave you the answer. All right, so, and then last but not the least, your hypothesis, right? This is where you're going to, I need more reasoning on this one. That means that you have read the descriptions of the gizmo. So if you think that your design 3 will give you the best results, explain why. Tell me that it's because you have added capillary and lymphatic vessels that absorbs the nutrients and absorbs water, those kinds of things. Or that you have added the gallbladder, which gives bile, which breaks down the fatty globules. Those scientific reasonings you can find on the gizmo. So I need to see some gizmo reasonings on this one. All right, and don't forget that you need 3 designs. Okay, so again, you will need to have 4 slides to fill out. Make sure that you fill out all of the boxes that have yellow in them. So that is the summative that is due on February 17.